I'm not even gonna look these ones up. This is for fun. I mean, I got this because I'm a huge Robotech fan. I had no clue what I was doing. I just wanted to buy a magazine. This, I had when I was a kid, and I think I got it like in the dime bin or something, or the quarter bin, the 50-cent bin, whatever, the dollar bin perhaps. But I don't even think this needs the treatment. I'm going to just double you two up and put a board in you. And call it a day. I mean, not every comic book's going to be Star Wars Legacy #1, all right? That's the double truth. Ruth. Awesome. Yeah, Pika. I'm going to call this Shades of 1985. How you doing today? God bless, namaste, good luck, and welcome to the Coffeetable Coffee Table. Once again, we are here. Leave your problems right over there. Pull up a chair, bring a cup of whatever it is you're shoving under your nose today, and let's take a break. We're going to talk about comic books just for a few moments. We do this every day, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, daily. We talk about comic books just for a few moments in our day. We're going to leave our problems over there. They'll be waiting for us when we're done. But for right now, we're just going to kick back with some friends, pull up a chair to the coffee table, take a sip of your cuppa. It's almost time for some more. Indeed. Let's get to it. Thank you so much for tuning in today. This year, we are using these two books. These were given to me by my parents for Christmas last year. And these are... so this season is dedicated to my parents. Thank you, Hoppy Poppy and Mom. And my stepdad and my mom. And God bless and I love you. That's that. Yeah, so we're using these two books. We are going to rebag, reboard, and rebox my entire collection. And along the way, I'm going to get a ballpark estimate of what my collection is worth and what condition they're in. So we're using the Overstreet Comic Book Price Guide, the most current 52nd edition. We also got this, the 6th edition, published in 2001, of the Overstreet Guide to Grading Comics. This is great. These are full of information, and I feel more educated as a lifelong comic book fan, armed with these two. And so while I'm rebagging and reboarding and reboxing my entire collection, I'm going to be looking some stuff up and seeing, what's valuable, what's not, and maybe even moving pieces of it. Yeah, I started off with this. I'm shoring up my spinner rack. I haven't even really touched the long boxes yet, because I keep saying we're going to break down from the long boxes to these shorter boxes. The older I get, the heavier those long boxes get. I'll tell you, I brought up I got 2 full long boxes up here. I think I got like 5 more downstairs, maybe 6. I stepped on the scale, stepped off the scale, stepped back on the scale, holding the full long box. That long box was about 50 pounds. That's a lot of weight, yo. And so I'm breaking them down into smaller amounts. And along the way, they're getting new bags. I need to get Mylar bags for the really good ones, but these polys will do in the time being. And I got boards, acid-free boards as well. I mean, I'm looking at the condition and quality of my long boxes, and they've done their job. They've kept my comic book safe. Everything else was my fault, not using boards. You know what I mean? And but one of the missions of this show is I love my local comic book shop, and I am blessed to have many local comic book shops in my area. Some of you don't. Some of you might have to drive a whole hour or more to get to your local comic book shop, whether it's a chain or it's a mom and pop. Whatever, it's when they're gone, because this direct market is changing. It really is. And but there will always be comics. It's kind of like music. I mean, record stores. I grew up in the late 20th century. We had something called the record store, where we would go and we would buy music there on a medium, The medium could be the compact cassette, the vinyl, long play album played at 33 1/3 revolutions per minute, or it could be even the compact disc. But those were the media that the music was available on. Well, this is a medium, the comic book, the floppy itself. And this is an endangered species, along with the local comic book shop, the direct market. So I want to do my part to help keep my comic book shop open as long as it can. And part of that is bypassing the online supply chain, where I have a subscription, a free TV station, and delivery. And I can get those Mylars tomorrow, probably about at 25% off. And they are 3 times the price normally of these poly bags. And but no, I'm going to be buying all my supplies from my local comic book shops, because when they're gone, and we're going to miss them. There will certainly be boutique stores, such as there are with, record stores and candy stores. But, the direct market, as we know it, is changing. Comics will be changing. And we need to be ready for that. But also, we need to, only we can help keep our local comic book shops open with patronage. Thank you so very much. That's the mission of this show, and thanks for listening. The coffee table is where my friends and I would always congregate, and we would, regale each other with stories of adventures, and there would always be a stack of movies, a stack of music, probably overflowing ashtrays, a slice of a pizza here or there, but also there would be a stack of books. And then most especially a stack of comic books that we were trying to put under each other's noses and turn each other onto. And that's the spirit of the coffee table, and why we come here to the comics coffee table. Just taking a break, pulling up a chair for a couple of minutes in a day. Salud. Need some more beverage, please. Alrighty, we're looking at these are your show notes, Pika. I know. I gotta read them every day, or else you'll go on strike again. And what shall I do if my stuffed animals go on strike? I mean, my production studio, my production team from the Boston studios, pre-recorded live before an audience of stuffed animals. Thank you so very much. And well, you have to pre-record in order to have daily content. I mean, I got a day job. And I look forward to seeing you in the live chat if I can make the 3 p.m. premiere. Because, I get out of work usually at 2:30. Usually. Sometimes you got to work late. That's the job. When you're one of the leaders, sometimes you got to do extra. It happens. That's why they call it work. Indeed. So we've been going through my spinner rack, and I've been finding old comics that we are rebagging, reboxing, and reboarding. Actually, reboarding. Yeah, you're using boards for the first time, Slappy, in most of these things. But while we're at it, we are checking out their value. And let's get to it. We're just finishing up 1963 by Alan Moore that we checked out yesterday. I did double check that on my Amazon and see, I saw how much I paid for each one of these floppies. And it was, I didn't pay more than $15 for any individual issue. Seriously. And with that includes shipping as well. Each one of them, that's about $5 shipping, $4 to $5 shipping for each one, all right? And I had to find these piecemeal. So I got this, I made 6 different transactions over 6 different purveyors. I think I might have gotten 3 from one source. I'm pretty sure about that. Yeah. But yeah, these beautiful covers. Yeah. Alan Moore's love letter to superhero comics. We thought you hated us. No. I have loved you all this time. Oh, Alan. Indeed. And I hope you're having an awesome day. I hope you are clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. and I'm keeping the old plastics in a pile off to the side. So I don't trip and fall on them, because I am very klutzy. Please don't keep your comic books on the floor. I mean, gosh, live and learn, man. I was a little tipsy, I gotta admit it. I had run out of room in my room, so I had stacks of crud everywhere. Crap, my stuff. And there was a stack of trade paperbacks with a couple of floppies in their plastics, and then a couple of more trades on top of that. And well, I put my foot down, walking, ambling, and I put my foot down and on an unsure surface. And I was barefoot at the time, as Duncan Idaho suggested to Paul Muad'Dib Atreides, that if your surface is unsure, if you're in a knife fight, then bare feet are best. Well, that wasn't going on this day, because I slipped, fell, and put right on my tea kettle. Boom! Oh gosh, it was scary, and it was just because I'm getting older, and I'm like, gosh, that's how you hurt yourself in foolishness. So, and it's good reminders to be like, hey, pick your stuff up off the floor, clean your room, darn it, make your bed, and touch your toes daily too. I do a daily yoga asana in the shower, where I bend forward and I'm able to grab my big toes in my toes, and I just do a gentle back stretch, straight legs, straight back. Eventually one day you will reach your toes. I've been doing it for years, and it's a simple stretch, and it comes in very, very handy. I think it's very beneficial. Here's a good story. Going through my my spindle rack and come across, oh man, we got some definite fucking spine cracks. Look at those spine cracks. But this is such a wonderfully awesome magazine. This is 6 issues. It's by Livio Ramondelli, and it started coming out in December. Here we go. Damn. Gone. The computers are smashed. We need time. All right. Indicia says The Kill Lock, issue 1, December 2019. So that is November, October, September. This came out August or September of 2019. You got that? September 2019. All right. January 2020. Oh, look at that corner, man. You dinged that one up, didn't you? Ding! That's a ding. We got corner. You got cornered, dude. Ding. All right. So that's January 2020. So that's, December, November. So this came out in October. Over 3 months. This is February 2020, and that's when you take it off the newsstand. So this came out in December. Let's move those all up a month. December of 2019. Okay. Then, came, sometimes, you get on a lapse or so. I had a personal tragedy befall me right around then. So maybe I wasn't feeling like going out and getting funny books. But by mid-March 2020, I was on work furlough for pretty much until November of 2020, because that was the shape of my lockdown. The lockdown of 2020 for me was staying in, and lots of places closed, especially our local comic book shops. And some of them reopened and had curbside delivery and did everything the best that they could under the standards and circumstances that we were all required to do. And I applaud these comic book shops, the local comic book shops that we're trying to keep open, the local comic book shops that survived lockdown 2020, that and that have lights that keep on, and rent to pay, and wages for their staffs, and then have to have an overhead, and move inventory, and then especially with this modern paradigm of how the hell am I supposed to sell all these variant covers for these stories that, like, you can't really, you're not selling to anyone. The old fans aren't buying them, and the new fans don't come in. What the heck are we supposed to do with all these unsellable publications? I mean, remember what happened with Action Comics Volume 2, number 15? We paid $1 extra for that variant cover. I mean, it wasn't worth it. So why do I care if Action 1051 has an embossed foil cover with a hollow foil on it for $7.99 when it's probably never going to get, where's the speculator in that? Where's the why? Exactly. I mean, our local comic book shops, the ones that survived lockdown, well, that's why we need to keep going to them. We make sure that they don't close. But what happened here? I am missing issue number 4. Because what happened? Lockdown happened. I got interrupted. Now this started, the issue 5, the indicia says April 2020. And issue 6, the finale, says May 2020. These are first printings as well. It says so right there. And but what happened was, most of the local comic book stores were closed. And, I guess the curbside delivery, the curbside pickup thing would be people with a pull list, and a subscription. And then you make a list of your weeklies, and they'll put them aside for you like they always do in your box. But during lockdown, you were able to go and pick them up at the curbside arrangement. Do you remember that? Did you do that? I didn't do any of that. I mean, I waited till they were open, and then I went back and wore protective gear if they required that. And that those standards were lifted statewide when they were lifted statewide. And we've been, and that's a decision. Different houses, different comic book shops have different standards. I've come across a few that require protective facial gear. That's what they want. That's what they'll get. I mean, I did come across a few of those, but what are these kill locks worth? Now, I need issue 4. I do. What am I going to pay for it, though? I mean, am I going to pay a premium like I did with these? They're only worth $3 each. We looked in the book. I mean, then I paid a markup plus shipping, though. But I knew that, like I said, now I got these literally at at the beginning of 2022, to be sure. I looked it up on my Amazon account. When did you buy this? AKA my online supply chain. But let's look up Kill Lock here in the book. Here in the book. Kill Lock. All right, then this is interesting because this is the most current edition of the Overstreet Price Guide. 2002, 2003. Okay, you can see that, huh? Right there. This concluded in 2002. I wasn't able to get these other issues until lockdown was over. And that was closer to 2021 when I saw that the place was open for business and I could walk in again. And I was like, oh gosh, thank God you're here. And I felt so blessed those days that the doors opened and we could go back to normal life. But it says here, the Kill Lock, IDW Publishing, December 2019 to present, $3.99, 1 through 3. Livio Remondelli, it's $4 each. So the issue 1 of this doesn't seem to have at this time has gained any value. But they're also a little behind because it is a complete series. And it goes through issue 1 through 6. Actually, there's a follow-up series, called the Artesian Wraith, and that just finished up. and I didn't pick it up. I mean, I will pick it up as a trade paperback. I mean, it's important to me to support these, these independent titles. This is a creator owned title. This is great. The art in this is fabulous. The story's really good. Levio has done a lot of work with IDW, especially on their Transformers properties, and he's just really, really awesome artists. And it's about these robots they're all criminals. They're from a robot culture in space, and they're all been branded. They've all been sentenced to a bizarre punitive sentence that if one of them gets killed, they all die. So they all have to stick together. And they're all so very different ideologically, culturally, and it's really interesting. It's good, and then it's beautifully drawn too. But yeah, I mean, something like that. I mean, the issues number one are where it's really at. So we have an issue 1 of the Kill Lock. I mean, maybe I should look it up real quick and see what the web says instead of what the book says. The book. You've got the look. Let's see right here. And I hope you are clobbering your problems and not being clobbered by them. The Kill Lock, number 1 worth. Oh, well, $6. Or, yeah, let's see, yeah. Oh. Is it 15? Well, this is good to see. MyComicShop.com is looking for $4 and available stock $5.60. And interesting. That's funny. All right, I get it. But there were, but it's kind of worthless without issue 4. Yet, I mean, what's it worth? You know what I mean? I'm going to hustle down issue number 4. I will. It's good to it's good to keep a list of comic books open on your phone. You know what I mean? Open up a notebook. I know I gotta wipe that off. Thank you for reminding me, Pika. Do that before you show it on TV. There you go. But yeah, I got a whole bunch of things I got to look out for. And Kill Lock number 4 is one of them. Awesome. And we've just been clearing up our, the spinner rack and just give it some love. We're going to archive most of it and just have I'm going to winnow down what's on my spinner rack to just some really nice display copies and archive the rest of it and eventually sell off some chunks. But I feel as though missing issue 4 makes this kind of worthless. So I'm going to need issue 4 just to sell these. You know what I mean? If I want to sell them. Jeez. You know what I mean? We've been talking about comic books, and we're going to talk about comic books every day for the rest of the year. So tune in tomorrow, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern, and we'll find out who we're talking about when we turn the page tomorrow. Please like and subscribe. I would love to earn your subscription. We make daily content here, 3 p.m. U.S. Eastern daily. We leave our problems at the door. We pull up a chair to our coffee table and bring a cuppa, and we embrace escapism and enjoy this conversation that we've been going on for over a year now. Thank you so much. You are the most important part of this conversation. You for showing up today. I hope to see you in the live chat premiere. And if I can't make that, I will definitely catch up with you in the comment section. Keep the conversation going. Thank you so very much. Please, I would love to earn your subscription. So click on that notifications, ring that bell, and subscribe. We make lots of different content here, and we talk about comic books daily. Thank you so very much. God bless. Namaste. Good luck. And we will talk to you again tomorrow in those funny pages. Ciao. Bye-bye.